You are listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast, a show by personal trainers for personal trainers. It's time to become a better trainer, get more clients, and change more lives. And now, here's your host, the head coach and founder of Fitness Mentors, Eddie Lester.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fitness Mentors Certified Personal Trainer Podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Lester, and we are on to episode number 11, in which we're going to discuss the seriousness of the coronavirus and the effect it is having on the fitness industry in general, and specifically the effect it's going to be having on you, the personal trainer. So we specifically went through a webinar that was hosted on Monday about this with the guys from offdaytrainer.com with Geoff and David. I was a part of that webinar in which we delivered basically an immediate adaptation that you can use, or basically a template that you can use right away in order to start training online. So I'm going to go ahead and cue that up right now, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. All right, guys, have a good one.
Yeah, and actually, just kind of funny. Last week we were kind of planning this webinar, just kind of thinking about what we should, the main topic should be. And last week we were really focused on how you can keep your clients coming to the gym during this virus, and then all of a sudden it turned into a pandemic, and all of a sudden we really had to redirect our focus, because all of a sudden all the gyms I know around my area are closed. Yeah. And all that this means that personal trainers aren't able to even go to work. Yeah. And so it's
unbelievable.
Shift,
I was just telling Pitts right before this webinar, I said, I set up a couple polling questions when I was creating this webinar in the system last week. I set up a couple polling questions that are literally like, has coronavirus impacted your business? And I'm like, I feel embarrassed. Like, I'm not even going to load the questions now, because that was just 2 days ago. And now it's like, well, that's kind of patronizing. We know it has. Mm-hmm. It's the last 48 hours have been pretty crazy.
Well, look, guys, it's 11:02, and I know we want to be respectful of everyone's time. So let's dive in and let's give these people the value that they're here for. Let's get it.
All right, guys, let's do this. We're going to keep it pretty candid. We're going to keep it pretty real today. Let me introduce myself and Eddie and David, and then I'm going to hand it over to them. My name is Geoff Chaney. I've been in the mobile marketing space for the last 10 years. I've developed loyalty and text message engagement programs for brands across the country, with over 10 million subscribers on my network nationwide. So my credibility here is I know engagement. I know how to drive engagement and get consumers to engage with a brand. David Pitts, who you have here, he is the co-founder of Off Day Trainer and one of the business partners of mine. Off Day Trainer is a text messaging platform designed to help fit pros engage with their leads, their clients, and their past clients. Then we have Eddie Lester, who I'm thrilled to have on the call with us. Eddie, thank you so much for being here as well, and bringing the value that you provide. Eddie specializes in helping trainers go online. So between the three of us, we have a very, very specific value proposition, and we have a very unique skill set. What we're not going to do here today, guys, is we're not going to talk about, which hand sanitizer to use at your gym. We're not going to talk about the self spacing rules and regulations and where to go or not go. There's enough industry experts teaching everybody on that kind of stuff. We want to get really tactical with what you can do today, literally today, with the resources available that we're going to make available to take your business online, or more specifically, train from a distance. Mm-hmm. We want to empower you to engage and continue the paid relationship you have with your clients through the worst of this and on even after it's all over, which hopefully will be sooner rather than later. We're going to open it up for some Q&A afterwards. That could be the greatest part of this whole event, so please stick around to the end. I have no idea what to expect. Just so you guys know, we had over 420 people register for today's event. I had no idea it was going to be this big. I had to literally change the plan for my webinar, my Zoom plan, just to accommodate the audience today. So we're getting a tremendous amount of engagement. We know that this is real for all of you. We are here to help. It makes me sick the way that this is impacting families, but the way it's also impacting businesses. So we're going to do our part. We're going to give you everything we can to help. And a big part of that is, one-on-one with you after this. If you need help, you can call us. We'll spend some time with you. We're going to do these webinars that are going to be, just so you know, the schedule today, about 45 minutes. We're going to try to spend 30 minutes of that on great content. Then we're going to do 15 minutes Q&A. We'll continue to do more if we need to. We'll all stick around for you. Wednesday, we're doing another one. Also at 11 o'clock, it's where we're going to get a little bit more tactical. Then we're going to do another one on Friday. So be with us all week long, because this is quite literally what we're doing today is helping you take your business to another level and to continue to provide value to your clients, even from a distance. And we're not going to overwhelm you. We're going to stay pretty tactical today. Guys, I'm going to hand it over now. Pitts, why don't you jump in and let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, thanks, Geoff. So much good stuff there, and I just really want to emphasize the fact that none of us are prepared for this, right? None of us none of us necessarily saw this coming, and none of us had this strategy in place to deal with these type of situations. It's unreal, it's unbelievable, and it's really unfortunate. But the fact of the matter is, like I said prior to Geoff's intro, we don't have a choice. We, regardless of how we feel about this, we don't have a choice. We have to find a way to not only survive through these challenging times, but to thrive. And that's what myself, Geoff, and Eddie are here to do. And as Geoff mentioned, there's going to be a series of 3 webinars we're doing this week at this time. So it's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to do another one Wednesday and another one Friday. And if you don't have it planned on your schedule, if you can fit these in, I highly encourage you do so, because it's really a little mini series on how to thrive through this process. And today's topic is training from a distance. And that's why we have the legend Eddie Lester here, who is going to give you guys so much value on today's webinar. But Wednesday, I'm going to talk more. Wednesday, I'm going to make sure that folks utilize and leverage the stuff that Eddie gives us. I'm not going to get into all that. Yeah. What I want to talk about today is really the state of the industry and where we're at. We are all in the fitness industry because, in a sense, we are inspired by humans who do incredible things. We are leaders in our own right. We love to lead humans to do things that they didn't think they were capable of. And that's what fires us up. And that, in a sense, that's our purpose. That's our passion in life. This opportunity is greatly compromised by this epidemic that's occurring, and we have to find other ways to continue to lead, right? And it's very important that you do whatever you can to make sure that you're creating the narrative amongst your network, right? You use your voice to be the calm in the storm, right? To help people understand that there's things that they could do to proactively continue to progress towards their goals. And like Geoff said, or Eddie, I think you mentioned it earlier, last week when we were preparing for this webinar, I was talking about how to keep people in your studio while simultaneously delivering value from a remote standpoint. And here we are just a couple of days later, and it's like, okay, well, that pretty much went to crap. Like, now we just got to focus on how to deliver value from a distance, because the reality is people aren't coming in. You've had more cancellations and more no-shows than you've ever had in the history of your business, whether you're a new trainer working at a big box gym, or if you're a seasoned veteran who's been in the game for 30 years and more and you own a brick and mortar studio. You've never had this many cancellations in the life of your business, and I can guarantee that. We have people who are freaking out. I still train on a part-time basis as well, and I went to do a class last night where there's 20 attendees generally, and I had 12 show up. And that was a good turnout for me, right? And I know you guys can relate. They were talking. I
just want to jump in right here because Patricia just commented in the chat, through chaos is opportunity, and I think that embodies exactly what we're trying to do here, guys. That
is a great mindset.
This sucks. We get it, and we agree. This sucks. This is hard. I mean, we've got our stock market is in the tank. We've got Starbucks closing, so I'm I'm screwed. I don't know what to do in the morning anymore. We've got, this is impacting everybody, but this is a tremendous opportunity, because what we want to do is we want to empower you to do something with your business that maybe you've thought about, maybe you've considered before, but you just haven't gotten around to. Maybe you haven't had the time. Mm-hmm. And whether this is not a short-term solution. I mean, what we're doing here today is giving you, the goal is to give you a whole new revenue stream that will live on in perpetuity way beyond this. So hopefully this is a way of bolstering your business. And as Pitt said, thriving, not surviving. That's what this is all about today. So buckle up. Let's kind of let's move forward a little bit. Eddie, do you want to comment on any of this?
Yeah, well, I really just, when you were talking, David, it was really about the adaptation necessary in this sort of time. And I know a lot of you out there have, maybe dabbled around or researched a little bit about online training and maybe, thought about even starting a little bit or looked into some courses on how to take your businesses online. What we're seeing right now is almost going to be, for the fitness industry, a forced adaptation. And I talked a lot in previous blogs, previous podcasts about the future of personal training. And this, while completely unexpected, is that future. Obviously, after this passes, we will all get back to relatively normal. But those of you that can adapt the best in this time are going to be that much more successful after this. And so in chaos comes opportunity. Absolutely, right now is an opportunity to not only assist yourself in the growth of your business, but to assist your clients in a way that, you can become a better trainer in this standpoint.
I want to point something out right there, because Pitts was talking about this and I didn't hear him say it. It is more important than ever right now to communicate with people and give them the resources, the tips, the suggestions from a trainer's point of view, because they don't know what to do. They are quite literally being told to lock themselves indoors. Well, that's like the worst thing we can do. Now, maybe Absolutely. We don't want to go hang out in a crowd at a bar, but, should they still get out, go to the park, continue their workouts, move, breathe, all the exercises, everything that you taught them? We got to communicate to them that they got to do it. They got to keep that up. And it's up to us to, one, get that communication going, and two, giving them the specifics on how to do this in a way that's still safe and in a way that will help them continue to achieve their goals the way they have been.
Well, look, the worst thing we could do right now, you guys, is become disengaged with our clients at this time, right? Through chaos comes opportunity. You have an opportunity now to show how much you care by over delivering, by going above and beyond, right? Let's focus outside of the session for a moment and figure out how we can provide value to our clients remotely, right? Whether it's giving them workout challenges to do each day in the morning, or whether it's sending them a motivational text messages to help them, get up for the day, or if it's reminding them, that they need to be eating right in order to sustain their goals or continue to progress toward their goals. These are all things that we can do to continue to provide value to everyone we work with, or even the people that we're not working with. And through this, like Geoff said, eventually things are going to kind of come back to normal. And if you play this opportunity right, you might be in the best position your business has ever been in following this. But you really got to be proactive in your approach. You got to lead from the front. You got to communicate with people, and you got to give them value. Every single person that you work with, or that you've had a conversation with about working out with you, or that you used to work out with, should receive messages from you in some fashion. Right? Whether it's an email or a text message or a phone call or a written letter that you want to send in the mail, I don't care what it is. But if you can provide those touch points to people during these times, you could be that light, and that's going to change everything for them and for your business.
I love it.
Eddie, go ahead, man. I keep stealing.
Yeah. No.
From you here.
Yeah. I mean, I love all of it. I mean, and to be honest, just to build on that, this is the time in which your clients need to be healthy. And, when any virus comes around, or any disease or sickness that can be caught and transferred so easily. The best, or the number one thing they need is a healthy immune system. And that's what we are here, and that's what we've been doing in the fitness industry for so long, is help people become healthier. If people at a lack of health right now are the ones that are most susceptible to this. And if you can prove to your clients that you care about their health right now, it's going to go so much further than just this 2 weeks. And, creating, like we always talk about, clients for life. And, regardless of where they move, you can always work with them in some way, whether it be in person or online. So, really, do you guys want to go ahead and jump into kind of the main point of today's webinar?
Yeah, get into it, man.
Awesome. So guys, we're here to specifically give you something actionable that you can use right away to begin training your clients this afternoon. And, you may be not meeting with them in person, but we are going to deliver a complete workout program template that you can deliver online via text message, via email, that they can immediately continue their health program or their fitness routine. And let's go ahead and jump straight into it.
I just want to comment.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody questions throughout all of this, put them into the little questions box on your screen. I would prefer you use the Q&A section and not the chat. I mean, I'm fine if everybody wants to chat and comment, and I love all the positivity that's coming in right now. I mean, everyone is being super positive about this, but use the Q&A, submit your questions to us. I will moderate those throughout the call and try to get through them. I'll prioritize and we'll get to them at the end.
There we go. Little lag there on the computer, but so before we get into this, guys, we're actually going to be delivering this program right to your phones, and we're going to do that in a matter of seconds. So what I want you to do right now is to text the word THRIVE right there on the screen, THRIVE, to 80258. Okay, so go ahead and get out your smartphones, get out your phones, get out your Nokia, was it T100 or whatever?
To clarify here, Eddie, so yes. 80258, that goes in the phone number, right?
Yes,
if I'm going to text somebody's phone number. Okay, exactly, so I put 80258, and then I send in the message field the word THRIVE and hit send. Okay.
Type it out. Yeah, perfect. So I'll give you guys another second to do so. But this is a way that I have found personally to communicate with my online clients to be amazing. And this is actually something that the Off-Day Trainer has developed for online trainers, is to be able to message someone and or multiple people at once with the same message and really deliver effective communication and therefore effective accountability online. So I just want to thank ODT for that, because I've used this for the last year or so to really enhance my ability to keep my clients on their programs, accountable, and moving towards their goals. So thank you guys so much for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, absolutely. As it's looking right now, about 75% of the people on today's call are already joined. So I think we have a pretty good percentage. We'll throw the screen back up at the end, so anybody who didn't have their phone with them will have time to get that.
Awesome, guys. So really, what we're going to be showing you right here is the template that we're sending you. Most of you have probably already received it. You can follow along in your phones or just follow along on the webinar. But really, what I wanted, I've been working on this particular project for about 3 to 5 months, because I really wanted a way for our students of our online personal training certification to be able to deliver effective, professionally designed programs that they can customize with their logo and with all the information that they want to deliver. So as I go through this, I'm going to kind of show you, what can be, or basically everything in this template can be edited, and you guys are going to be able to edit this, right away, so that you can deliver a program to any of your clients, that aren't working with you this week or next week or however long.
Eddie, does this cost anything?
This is 100% free. I really, we do sell 12 one-month programs like this that are completely filled in with all exercise and nutrition. But I wanted to provide something immediately free that you guys can use right now. Continue your businesses, continue making money in this tough time. I feel like that is something that's my duty as an educator, and my duty as someone that creates content like this is to provide you guys with that immediate quick fix, that quick quick adaptation that's really going to allow you to continue training.
Let's be real clear here in case anyone's missing this. Eddie's giving you an online training program to implement into your business right now. So I know there are a lot of people on here, and a lot of people here, probably 99% of the people here are trying to figure out how to transition, how to go from working with humans in person to finding a way to deliver value and continue to work with them remotely. Well, the guesswork is gone. You have Eddie Lester of Fitness Mentors, who's literally giving you his program that he normally charges a premium for at no cost whatsoever. So this is really exciting. I just want to make sure people understand what they're getting here, and you should pay attention because it's really freaking cool.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys. So basically what you're seeing on your screen is a completely editable template. We have the option for two different, we'll say starting or, opening screens, opening slides. You get to, call this program whatever you want. If you want to call it, the your name program or the program for that person. All of that is completely editable, as you can kind of see on my screen. I'm just going and typing things like that. So you can add your logo to the bottom right of all the slides. You can change the photos. Everything here is going to be editable. And if you aren't able to edit the one that we just texted you, we are going to be sending the PowerPoint presentations that is completely editable via email right at the end of this webinar. So just keep that in mind as you go through. But for those of you that can edit PDFs, that's all ready to go in that text message right there.
Yep. And a couple of people have already commented that they're international and not able to receive the text. So
I see. Okay.
Yep. And I apologize about that. We don't support international texting. It's just a couple, but just so you know, you will get it in an email. So hang tight. You're not missing out. We will make sure you get the editable version.
Yeah, so awesome. And that's great to know. Thank you. So yes, so this is, we call this one our starting strength program. It's basically for someone that's moving maybe from more of a fat loss to more of a one to tone up, that sort of thing. Just kind of getting them started in that direction. Once again, you can change this to anything. We have some great icons on here that you can add or change anything. Always add your website there. If you have one, add your Facebook account, things like that. Add your logo. And when we start to go through this, I'm going to give you everything that we have tested to be effective in delivering your program with the optimal, we'll say, understanding from your client space. So this slide here is going to be a simple welcome message. It's kind of what we call the welcome letter in our online personal trainer course. And it's really there to connect with your client. And this might be, you guys might be delivering this template to clients that you've had for a long time. So this slide might not be necessary for those people, but for someone that you may be starting to work with online, this is a great example of what to say to kind of connect with them, because connecting with your clients in every way possible in your written communication is very important when we think about online training, because you don't have that rapport building that you have when you're training someone in person. So really, customizing this to be really show your personality is something that I highly recommend. You can go ahead and read through that, but it's basically this. We just gave you a sample template for what you can say. And yeah, just that. Always remember, you could edit this towards the name of your actual client, things like that. And the next section is going to be about you. Once again, if this is a client that you've been working with for a year or more, they don't need to know that much extra about you. Delete this slide. But if it's a newer client, tell them about yourself. Tell them your favorite things. Remember, guys, in online training, this is something we teach very specifically in our online course. You have to deliver a human feeling in your programs. This has to be something that they connect with you on. Whether it be your movie quotes or your personality or the fact that you love dogs, whatever it is, give them something that's just like, I'm a real person and I'm helping you. And connecting with them in that way is so important with online training. For those of you that have never tried it, imagine trying to connect with someone by just giving them a basic, I'm, Eddie, and I'm from Los Angeles, and I have been working out for a long time, and I have these degrees. Okay, cool. That says nothing about who you are, and they can't connect with something like that. So really get deep into who you are and do it in a way that's fun. Let your personality shine. And that's true with this entire presentation, this entire program template too. So just a little extra bonus on that for you. But beyond that, introduce the program. What is the program about? Why is it important to them? Does it directly fit their fitness goals. I hope that you obviously make it directly fit their fitness goals. So tell them a little bit about the program. Once again, include your own personality, items like that. And, really just provide an introduction to what they're going to be doing. All right. So then, how it works. Tell them how does your program work? What do they need to do to be successful at this program? What's included in this program is the main point of this slide. So, in order to give you the direction, accountability, and support you need, there's a couple different facets of this program. Nutrition, workout, maybe it's recovery, maybe you're giving them a back pain program, maybe it's a mobility program, whatever it is, describe what's included. Super simple.
Hey, Eddie, so this would typically be delivered on an individual basis. Absolutely. After you had a consultation with them. So even if they're 100%. Not even in your local area, say you advertise on Facebook that you are offering this online training program, someone signs up and says, I'm interested, I want it. They could be in Pittsburgh while I'm in California. I'm still going to have that phone call, the Skype session, the Zoom call, and learn about their needs, their goals, their wants, then customize this program tailored to those things, right?
Exactly, 100%. And when we start to think about the complete job of an online trainer, there's significantly more that goes into just delivering a template. And everything from lead generation to basically turning those leads into paying clients. Then to having that, the consultations and everything in between to know exactly what they should expect and how you can help them, all the way through training them through a template like this, or maybe through video calls. I mean,
those are the things, those are more the tactical things that we're definitely going to get to on Friday, right?
Absolutely.
How to promote this, how to get it in front of people, how to convert those leads, how to manage those leads, all of that.
100%. And this right here is the quick fix, the quick Band-Aid for you guys that can really get you training or this afternoon. You can be filling in this template for every single one of your clients that says, oh, I can't work with you this month or something. We don't want you to lose revenue. That this is going to be so important to be like anyone. And actually, I think, yesterday we were talking, it's like trainers are getting calls that are saying, hey, I'm not going to be there for this week. What are you going to say to those people? That's a huge item. And having this template right here to immediately fill in and be like, oh no, I got you fully covered. We can either train via video call and you can utilize this program or just utilize this program. Just make sure you have something there that doesn't just immediately mean that, hey, you're chopped off for the week. There's no revenue.
Well, check it out, guys. Before our webinar today, I was on a call with a gym owner who has had 52 cancellations in the last 2 weeks because of this thing. And he's freaking out. He doesn't want to have to shut down his business, right? So what we worked on a strategy to figure out how to bring on 52 online training clients, right? That's the goal here with everybody who's listening, right? If we lose that one-on-one training session or that in-person training session, we need to find a way to get them onto your program that you've already put together for them, which is amazing. And then they can customize as needed. This is incredible.
I think that's a great point because actually it was one of my talking points that we didn't touch on when we first started. And that is that, guys, and the original plan when we started building this last week and by now it's changed now, but the original plan was when someone calls to cancel and they say, look, I'm just worried about it. I don't want to spend the money this month. Go ahead and just cancel my account. You have to be prepared with something. What is that thing you're going to offer them as an alternative to keep cash coming in the door? This is your business, right? So maybe it is, maybe you charge $200 a month for your personal training, and this product you're going to sell for $75 or $100. It's not as much, but
well, I was going to say, to be honest, if your clients are that confident in your training and you've been working with them for a bit, keep them on the same program and try to deliver this first. If then they come back to you and say, oh, well, that's not really what I'm paying for, that's when you can maybe cut a little bit. But weather this storm in the same way that you can imagine, or even take it to a video call in that sense. But yeah, those are sort of tactical. We'll kind of get into that on Wednesday and Friday. But let's go ahead and jump through this. I know we're running a little long because we all like to talk a ton. So. But okay, yeah. So next slide. Just what are the strategies for success? Tell them about your communication. How should they communicate with you? Maybe some bonus tips on strategies for this individual's success in that sense. Next, we're going to be getting into a full nutrition plan. And on our site, we offer 120 pre-made recipe packs that you can deliver based on basically a monthly recipe pack that you can assist with that. So that's why that link's there. But really, when it comes down to it, what do they need to be doing to succeed at nutrition? And when it comes to prescribing, or not prescribing, when it comes to talking to people directly about, you need to eat X, Y, and Z and X amount of gram quantities, you can do it to that depth, or you can be as simple as possible and say, hey, so I want you to have, or, if it fits your macros sort of thing, if you, IIFYM.com, basically the way that you plan nutrition for your current clients, add that to this sort of strategy right here. There's a template right here. All you have to do is fill it in. Is it, eggs for breakfast? Is it a workout snack that consists of some nuts and berries? Is it a lunch with salmon and vegetables? Is it another snack or a bar, or protein shake after the workout? Where can you direct them to eat healthy in that sense? You could fill this in as detailed or as simple as you'd like. Moving along, we'll kind of run through this quickly because it's all based around nutrition, but, talk to them about your nutritional strategy and why they should stick to it. That's kind of like the guidelines, more or less.
Love that.
We have an example here of, food quality matters. That's something that I stand by is, focus less on calories and focus more on just whole foods in that sense. Make it sustainable by eating the 80-20 rule.
And these are the things that would be totally tailored to the individual. So if you need to have a certain allergy or a restriction, you would factor that in here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then beyond that, I wanted to give you guys something specific for those of you that utilize numbers, for those of your clients that are type A that want, like, I want, X amount of calories, tell me exactly how much I should eat, things like that. Use the formulas in this example to calculate your client's direct total daily energy expenditure and then that will allow you to, it's basically in calories, so that following that, you can give them an exact caloric intake amount. You're going to want to pre-calculate this for your clients, so don't leave all this math in here unless you want to look a little bit more scientifically approached. You can leave some of this math in here, but so for this client, I did an example. It's 2003 calories in that sense. But go through all that math, calculate that, or pre-calculate that for your clients, and then talk to them. What is their goal? What do they need to do to achieve their goal? If it's for a caloric deficit, do they need it for strength? Do they want to build muscle? Give them an example of so that this example right here is their total daily energy expenditure. Plus 500 for strength goals. Okay. This actually is relative to something else that I deleted, but give them a direct line to exactly how much they need to eat. And when it comes to providing all of this info, we have 12 pre-made programs that are completely filled out already for you, including all the exercises, nutrition, things like that. But following that, maybe some supplements. Do you guys recommend supplements? Are you a supplement affiliate? Can you give them a direction as far as health-wise what they should be taking regarding supplements? There's some basic ones.
Can you touch on that for a second, just in case anybody is not familiar with the affiliate world? That's a new revenue stream, right?
Yes,
so you can have, you can partner with one of your favorite brands, your favorite proteins, something like that. Sign up, actually become a registered affiliate, and earn a commission on any product sold through your online training program.
Absolutely. And in online training, there's so many more revenue opportunities, which we go over in detail in our course, but it's a lot of times personal trainers they're kind of focused on their training in that sense. But when you go online, because you have access in the click of a link to direct people places, drive content to places, that there's so many more opportunities that you have to connect with people and earn unique revenue through unique revenue streams. So thanks for pointing that out, Geoff. I appreciate that. But protein shake, maybe some fatty acids, some fish oil, maybe a multivitamin. What do you recommend for that client? Do that. All right, now we get to the bread and butter, your workout plan. What is their workout schedule? Monday through Sunday of week 1, what are they doing? Is it strength routine 1, cardio, strength routine 2, cardio and or flexibility, then strength routine 3 or strength routine 4. Fill this in on a daily basis. What do they need to be doing? This is something that really makes it easy for the client to open their program, oh, it's Monday of week 1. And you can even add dates on that if you want to be more specific to the individual. But, oh, Monday, week 1. Oh, this is exactly what I'm doing. Boom. Okay, so it's right here. Now all I have to do is go to that particular week 1 workout, which is going to be listed on the next few slides. But next, what is the warm-up? Give them a warm-up for their either cardio, give them a warm-up for their workouts. What do they need to do as far as the warm-up goes? Fill that in. Next is going to be the actual program itself. And this is where I feel a lot of trainers love the help, because it's so simple, guys. Add a workout in. How many sets and reps do they need to do? 3 by 10, something like that. What's the weight? You could give them a direct, we'll say dumbbell weight if you know them very well and you've worked them before, or you can give them a moderate weight, or feel the fatigue in your muscle at rep 12, whatever it may be. Rest. How long do they need to rest in between exercises, or is it a circuit? Program your actual program just like you would with an in-person client, but make this as clear and as simple to follow. One thing that we do in our programs is every single exercise right here every single exercise that we do right down here. Oh man, my shift key's a little off today. So push-ups, let's say, boom. Link it to your video or a video of someone doing a push-up. Okay, this is where a ton of we'll say compliance occurs with your clients, in the sense of do they know how to do a push-up? If not, click the link on a smartphone. You click the link, an immediate window pops up with a video or with an exercise demonstration, and they can immediately see exactly what they need to do. So when you think about I don't know if my client knows how to do a Palloff press, link it. Right. Super easy. Things like that. And this is where the creativity in programming becomes simple, because remember, guys, we're online. You click a link on that someone's smartphone or their iPad that they bring to the gym, and boom, it pops up, and they're doing it at 3 reps at 10 sets with 100 pounds of weight, and they're resting for 45 seconds in between. Boom. Do that 3 times in a row. Next one, next one, next one. Horizontal loading, vertical loading. Don't need to get too far into that for those of you that have recently done with your studies. But yeah, 4 weeks worth of programming. Boom. Week 3, week 4. Name them. So continuing with the workout program, the cool down. What do they need to do as far as the cool down goes? Do they want to go for a jog? Do they want to do more mobility work? Fill in the cool down. Super easy. And kind of more towards finishing up, give them an exercise library. Every exercise that you recommended, give them a place where they can easily just click and the link goes straight to it from workout 1 or workout 2, workout 3, whatever it may be. Give them an immediate link to that. And just to kind of finish up after the exercise library, what are some notes about the program that can really deliver an effective, we'll say, support for that exercise program? So is it a circuit, or is it performed in order, like the one right there? Is it strictly adhere to the rest periods and the rep ranges, or the sets? Increase weight each week for each exercise. Use a spotter, because this program was designed for strength, so you might want to use a spotter. Use a squat rack and safety bars. You're trying to provide them that experience that they would have with you in notes, so that they can continue with it. And then also my always thing is we always have the zero pain tolerance. If there's any pain, not fatigue, not muscle burn, but if there's any pain, cease the exercise or cease that exercise immediately, and text me for an adjustment, or move on, and then we can create something in the future that doesn't create pain. So just some simple notes that will provide the ultimate value for your clients. And then finally, guys, just the last real slide in this template is rest and recovery. What do they need to do outside of the gym? And this is really where I feel the ODT automations help a ton, because you can set up automations that remind them that, hey, 8 hours of sleep is optimal. Try to reduce stress by doing a yoga class this week. Whatever it is that really fits your style of training, you can include in their outside of the gym hours. And nice. My thing is always sleep well, eat well, exercise, and then de-stress, or try not to have too much.
Sure, I know. Pitts pushes the water hard, man.
This would be
that's his big thing. Well, hey, man, we do have to keep moving, because I want to get to some Q&A in the next couple of minutes. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts is just, if you guys haven't texted that, once again, text Thrive to 80258. Once again, Thrive to 80258, and we'll directly deliver this right to your phone within 10 seconds. So that's really just the main thing.
So Pitts is having some technical difficulties. It's probably the pouring rain that we're not used to here in California. So it's getting to his computer. So his video is kind of freezing up. I'm going to have him come join me in the office here for the
Awesome.
Q&A, so that we're sure to get all these questions answered by him. He's
perfect.
He's the one I want answering as many of them as possible. So guys, go ahead and start bringing putting your questions into the Q&A section. We've already got a number of them to go through, and we'll hit on that. All right, I'm just bringing it up right now as we speak. Here comes Pitts. All right, man, grab a chair.
Can you hear me?
Right.
We're back in the game.
We're back.
Yeah, love it. Doubling up over there. Hey.
Just like that, man.
This is how we get
The
stuff
problem
done.
solvers around here, baby.
All right, Nicolette just asked, how soon should we expect the text back? Typically, it's going to come back to you. You're going to get a response within 10 to 20 seconds, thereabouts. Yeah. If you're not getting a text response, there is the rare occasion where maybe your carrier is blocking short codes. Short code is that little 5-digit code that you just sent it to. Sometimes some things like that can prevent a message from being sent. So hang tight. If for any reason you don't receive the message, we are sending a follow-up email to everybody. But also just double check, make sure that you typed Thrive and that short code correctly. Sometimes just the slightest little typo can not work. So.
And once again, that is Thrive, THRIVE to 80258.
Cool.
And while we're on the topic, why don't we share our email address in case anyone has any issues? They can reach out to us via email and get to us that way. I'm David at offdaytrainer.com. If you guys have any questions for me specifically, you want to set up a one-on-one strategy call, I'm happy to help as many of you can. I know Geoff here is going to help me out with that as well. We have the unique opportunity of speaking with hundreds of fitness professionals every year. So we've seen it all, we've heard it all, and we can likely help you kind of weather this storm as well. So David at offdaytrainer.com if you guys want to set that up. Eddie.
Awesome. Yeah, and mine's Eddie at fitnessmentors.com. It's EDDIE at fitnessmentors.com. So yeah, once again, I'm also open to talking with you guys more about your, really your goals as far as online training goes. How to get started, maybe a strategy session around what you want to offer. A lot of questions that I get around with new online trainers is about, like, what should I offer? What do you even have potential to offer as an online trainer? And actually, I do cover that in a webinar on our site, a pre-recorded webinar, which is fitnessmentors.com/COPT-webinar. Also, guys, I talk a lot about online training in our podcast. It's fitnessmentors.com/podcast. So if you guys are looking to continue your learning after this webinar today, if you have extra time in this week, I got 10 podcasts up and running, going to be 11 by tomorrow. And
nice.
Just looking to always provide a ton of value so that you guys can.
What I'll do with you, Eddie, is we'll get a list of those links. Anything you think would be valuable, I'll include them in the follow-up email that we send out to everybody after this. Let's jump into the questions, because I know we want to hit on these. First one is, what online products are out there and that you recommend? I think the best angle on this question, because it's so broad, is, Eddie, do you know of any particular tools or platforms that help inspire action during off days that would be useful? Yeah,
I mean the online products are we talking about softwares, you think? I mean, it's a little tricky.
So. I mean, I'll shamelessly plug our platform because it is one
of course. I know you were baiting me, weren't you? There.
Quite honestly, it is the tool that I would recommend. In addition to putting the course together, is just making sure that number one is communication.
Absolutely,
that's what you have to start doing immediately, is communicating with your audience. So make sure you have a good tool for communication that breaks through all of the junk. I don't recommend email as a standard communication platform because it's few and far between that those emails get read.
These guys know that.
Yeah. So if you go to offdaytrainer.com/get ODT, one of the things that we did is we extended a very, very special 60% discount to everybody on this webinar. And this is not a sales pitch. This is quite honestly, I just wanted to make it as affordable to everyone as we possibly can. The details will be in the follow-up email, but as a tool, if you're asking for product, that would be number one. And then do you guys have any other recommendations on systems?
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's just say we weren't supposed to talk about ODT until Wednesday. So that's a bonus if you're here today and you weren't going to jump on Wednesday. We wanted to share that with you guys apparently, because it is one of the best ways to, your program is only good as the implementation, right? Eddie gave you guys the product to deliver to your clients remotely, but it's shit if they don't follow it.
Right.
Part of my French. It's only as good as the people who are participating in it.
Correct.
And that's what Off Day Trainer was built to do. And my background's in health and fitness. I won't get into it, but really ODT came from a real problem in the industry. And that's how it was born. So that's a really cool deal that we weren't planning on pitching until Wednesday. What was the other thing I was talking about? There's things like I'll defer to you guys because I was going to suggest other products, but I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, it really, the products that you need are only based on what you offer. And that's something that we could probably discuss on a one-on-one basis with David or I. If you guys want to set up a live call to what do you need to run a specific type of product or type of program or type of service offering?
Yeah.
There's a
wide variety
hundreds
of
of different
the other one that I would mention is quite literally what we're on right now. Zoom.com is a great platform for face-to-face communication with small groups, individual. I use Zoom for one-on-one, for small groups, and for big webinars where we had over 420 people register for this today. So this is a great platform. Should cost you, just a couple of bucks. They even have a free version.
Well, yeah, it's free for one-on-one. So
most folks will have, it'll be free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Hey, let's keep moving on here. This is from Herschel. Herschel asked he says that they have a large class physical education after school program. What can he do for those types of?
Yeah. Hey, Herschel, I know you've been hanging with me for a long time, so thanks so much for tuning in. But so that when it comes to like a PE or after school program, you kind of have to determine if they have access to the technology needed to live stream. That was going to be my number one suggestion, is to live stream, a workout program or a PE program for these students. Aside from that, an email or a text message delivery on a daily basis of, hey, are you playing 60 minutes? Are you running through these cone drills for PE? What does your programming look like? And deliver it to them in a way that's easy for you to connect with them via email or using something like the ODT software. To just give them some value that they continue to enjoy and are able to be active. That's such a unique one, but I appreciate that question.
Sure, absolutely. Here's another one from Derek Bass. Hello, my name is Derek. I want to know what you use to tape your workouts. Any apps a trainer can have to give to clients to see your videos, your programs, and such.
Yeah. So honestly, guys, number one, get your iPhone out, buy a tripod, a small tripod, film yourself doing the workouts, and post them on YouTube. It's as simple as that. It's like a lot of people get confused on this video content thing. You can record videos immediately and have them published on YouTube within 10 minutes. Just go through.
Is it a big deal that they're not professionally curated?
Absolutely not. Remember, guys, and it's almost better because
it's better.
If they want professionally curated content, they're gonna go to beachbody.com or some of the major providers of live workout classes. Chalene Johnson.
It feels less personal that way. You want them authentic. You want them real. And especially considering the fact that you probably already know these people, if in case it is clients that you were working with one-on-one. They want to see you in your authentic state like they're used to seeing you.
Yeah.
Right? They want that real, genuine, being your authentic self.
And let your personality shine, just like we talked about earlier. Like be yourself.
And as soon as you upload that YouTube video, the people might be like, oh, I got to create an account. Nobody's following me. How do I get them to see it? Well, you could send them an email, but if you really want them to see that thing, send them a text with a link to the YouTube video.
Boom, one click. I love that. Yeah, 100%.
Yep, send them a text, and guess what? Everybody right now is sitting at their house in front of screens. So when they get that text, here's what you do, and I got this down to a T, so you can thank me for this later. What you do is you say, hey, Eddie, and you remind Eddie of his goal and why his goal is so incredibly important to him, right? So whatever Eddie's goal is, I say, hey, Eddie, boom, remember that goal, whatever it might be. Here's why it's so important to you. Here's what I need you to do today. And you put that link to your YouTube video right there. Right now he has a workout. Maybe it's a motivational video that you created that you want to share with all of your clients. Say, hey guys, I know this is a challenging time, but what I'm going to do over the next 30 days or more, if I have to, is I'm going to inspire the heck out of you. So you wake up every morning with purpose and passion to continue to be your best self through these difficult times, right? Send that link to every human you work with or you want to work with, and then make it personal. Hey, Eddie, I created this video with you in mind. Check it out. Text back. Let me know what you think. Hey, Geoff, I created this video with you in mind. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And this is scalable, right? Now you send that text to everybody, and now you're delivering a massive amount of value. And you consistently do this. Give them workout challenge, motivational tips, diet tips, nutritional tips, whatever it might be. Anything that you're currently doing in person, deliver that in a video and give them the link. They'll love you for it.
I love that.
And really, I was going to say to build on that, this time, like you mentioned, is going to be filled with people on their smartphones, people in front of their computers, people on social media, and really you need to be delivering content as often as possible in the most personal of ways. And whether that be through Facebook Messenger, through text messaging, the more that you can connect with these people in this unique time, the more that is going to exponentially multiply the way that they feel about you after all this is through, and they want to start maybe training in person.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
I mean, when they think about getting back into one-on-one training a month from now, who are they gonna? What person is going to jump into their mind? It's the one who's been communicating with them and following up with them and inspiring them and helping them, giving them the tools they needed to work at home this whole time. So absolutely killer value.
Love it. And honestly, guys, this is a great way to introduce people to what online training even is. Yep. In the sense of, I mean, what do you need to do to be an online trainer? You need to help people reach their goals through text message, through email, through the internet in that way.
That's a great point. I want to keep working through some of these questions because we do have some specific ones. Dara asked, do your workout program templates include sessions for clients whose gym is closed and they do not have equipment, like body weight programs?
Yes, they do. Yeah. So there's, I believe, 2 complete body weight only programs. It's going to be, I believe, our metabolic conditioning one and our one of our beginners programs. And that's really important, guys. When you start to think about right now and people not going to the gym and not having home workout equipment and probably can't get any shipped in the next 2 weeks, you need to be delivering a ton of body weight workouts. So great question. I love that.
Question. I don't know the answer to this, so hopefully you guys can comment. How deep into nutrition component can you go without having a nutrition certification? Like, do you have to be careful there?
You want me to take this one, David?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my direct line of work. There's something, and I'm going to give you guys super insight right now and super value. There is actually, I'll bring that up after this, but personal training insurance covers nutritional recommendations.
Oh.
Okay. So if you give someone a meal plan program and they have an adverse effect to it, as long as it's not direct negligence, like I'm allergic to wheat and you give them a wheat recommendation, there is no issue with doing so because you're covered from we'll say, insured standpoint by your nutrition company. Is it in the scope of practice for personal trainers? No, in the sense of providing direct meal plans. So from a professional standpoint, I wouldn't recommend it. But keep in mind that with personal training insurance, it covers supplement recommendations and nutritional recommendations. Winky, smiley.
Got it. And I'm going to plug another partner of ours that we love, who's not able to be a part of this call. But guys, if you need personal trainer insurance, you can go to insurefitness.com. Those guys have, I believe it's $125 a year insurance program. You can get it set up in, I think it takes about 5 minutes to have the policy issued. So if you don't have it, I strongly, strongly recommend having it. And if you want to do it the easiest way possible, go to insurefitness.com. Those guys are great.
Yeah. And what's great is that it covers all online training activities as well, as well as in person. So that's great.
Okay. Online personal trainer requires a separate certification other than regular certification.
So there's different ways to look at it. If you want to be successful, the best way to do so is to go through a course that lays out every single step to succeed as an online trainer, because there's so much that you don't even think about it unless you've ran some other online marketing or online business. There's so much that goes into learning the best practices and the best way to get leads and the best way to convert them online, things like that. Is it a legal requirement? No, it's not. You can, right now, guys, you can all deliver programs with no certification. My only thought is that if you want to make this a career, if you want to be successful, if you want to learn how to use the best softwares like ODT and programming softwares, take a course. Shamelessly plug in our certified online personal trainer course, but it's really more about, do you want to commit to this as a profession and continue to make money, or do you want to just kind of go at it on your own and slowly build maybe something that you might be able to make revenue from? And to be honest, guys, the cost of our course is typically reimbursed with online clients in almost less than a month. That's something that's I'm so proud of with our certified online personal trainer courses. The investment that people make within 2 weeks, they have online clients that have already paid a month in advance to train with them. That's even more than what the course costs. So, I mean, to me, in this sort of environment, it's just an absolute no-brainer. But you have to decide what if you're passionate enough to do this.
Got it. I would just want to comment. Mishira Keller just commented, great suggestion. She says, you can always, this is going back to the last question about nutrition. She says you can always partner with a nutrition expert and then share clients. Find somebody that you like and trust, and then leverage their content and vice versa. And it's a great recommendation.
Exactly. Love that.
Valerie asks, are we automatically registered for the remaining webinars this week? Yes, you are. If you went in and registered, you're automatically part of all three. So you don't need to do anything else. You'll get a reminder tomorrow with the time and date and link. And then we'll do kind of a last minute, we'll push out a text to everybody with the last minute reminder as well. Christina asks, how do I get my clients to renew sessions at this time? I offer 2 or 3 free sessions with bigger packages, but accidentally did not offer any free sessions other than the smaller pack of 10. I think I messed up with that. Thoughts?
So to renew sessions at this time is, I mean, there's the ways that you can discount that they can pre-buy for after this passes. But in reality, I think kind of transitioning them to online now and continuing to build that value and maintain the same professionals and the same value that you're delivering, whether that be through a video call or through these particular a template like this, and then following up with them on a daily basis via text message. I mean, that right there is just as valuable as the sessions that you provide in person.
Got it. Here's a great question from Patricia. Oh, did you want to comment?
Yeah, let me just chime in on that. Yeah. It's not our job as trainers to deliver a killer session 2 or 3 times a week. That's a big misconception in our industry, right? Our job as personal trainers is to help our clients get from body A to body B. Now, this certainly can be done when you're working with somebody at a gym environment and you deliver that. But that's just one piece of the puzzle, right? There's also, and arguably a larger piece of the puzzle, is what are they doing the other 23 hours of the day? And if you're great at your job as a coach, as a trainer, you're going to find ways to influence their behavior during the other 23 hours. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I can't work with you one-on-one twice a week like we used to, but I can still give you workouts to do on your own, and I can follow up with you, and I can give you motivation prior to, and I can answer any questions during. I can set up a live, video call as well. We can go through this together. I can send you links to videos, push you to healthy articles. I can do all these things to continue to deliver value that are arguably as valuable as the one-on-one sessions. So when you really understand all of the variables that we as trainers are responsible for in over delivering and creating a world-class experience, you can do those remote as well and renew clients. You just have to really educate them and really convince them that you have an opportunity to continue to provide that level of value during these difficult times.
That's killer, man. I think that's a great point. Your job is to get them from body A to body B. The way that you get there, that can change. That is changing. I mean, you can provide value in a variety of different ways. Let's keep moving here because I still got a bunch of questions to get through.
Love it.
To remain sensitive to everyone during this time, this is from Patricia, I want to offer a free 2-week trial and then offer my program at a cost. My challenge is I don't know how much to charge for a fitness nutritional online packet.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really, when you think about what you are going to charge for a 1-month program or a something of that nature, what it really comes down to is you can break it down logically, like how much time are you spending and how much do you charge per hour for your time, things of that way. But really what you need to do is remove yourself from thinking that there's a box around what people would pay for online training. You know, I've seen students charge up to, $700-800 a month or just for delivering an online program, but they do it in a way that just provides the most value and gets their clients to their goals. And it includes that weekly phone call. There's so many different options and packages that you can build that your value, and this is also getting into a lot of pricing and marketing techniques, but have that $700 per month program. But most people will choose something lower than that. But what that does is it creates this value perspective in the client's mind of, oh, wow, this person has a $700 a month program. Well, they must be really good. So I'll start with their $200 a month program. Okay. So, and in our course, this is like one of the prime things, because this is one of the biggest barriers to entering online training is, how do I price my online services? Separate your in-person services from your online services and pay no attention to what you charge for each. Okay? I say deliver the value that so exceeds their expectation that you charge whatever you want.
Yeah. I would just add, assess what you're delivering and what do you think you're worth what people are willing to pay. Mm-hmm. And this is a very much like, I think people will probably want to have a conversation with you, Eddie, in regarding, how to assess the value of what they deliver. So I think if anyone's interested in identifying that number, I think you should set up a call with
Absolutely.
Eddie, but really just understand, like Eddie said, you could have people charging $700-800 a month for online training, and then you have people charging $25 a month for online training. So really, what is it that you're giving them, and what is that worth? It's just like, how do we create a price for our in-person sessions, right? It's all relative, and it depends on the value that you're getting and the perceived value of your services.
And so perceived value, I love that. Perceived value is huge.
Perceived value. I would recommend scheduling something with Eddie to talk further if you guys want to dive into pricing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just want to recommend here that if you go low, if you have a low entry point package, use it more or less for lead generation. Mm-hmm. So that's where you promote that as like, join my challenge group for $50. And it's just a one-time fee to join a challenge program where you give them some instruction and a little bit of accountability as part of a group. That way you can get $300 or $400 or $500 from everybody all at once, mm-hmm. and then provide this relatively templated program over a short period of time. But that's their introduction to you. Mm-hmm. That's your opportunity to show value, to get to know them, to build a rapport, and then upsell them on another package, an individual package later. So those cheap programs, those $25 programs or $50 entry points, use them as lead generation. I mean, that's the best recommendation.
And actually that brings up something that we're going to be talking about on Friday, which is actually a way that you can learn to run that $25 per month, we'll say challenge. And
barrier offer.
Exactly. Get them in there, get them communicating and understanding how an online training session works. And then you're upselling them, or you're using that as lead generation to then upsell to get clients that are paying $200 to $300, $400, $500 a month.
So what I would recommend to everybody today is take the program that Eddie's provided, get it filled out as best you can. Put the work into building it out, putting your brand on it, your logo and your contact information and so on. Wednesday, we're going to get more tactical with the communication, how to get it out there to people, how to promote it, and how to maintain and create that dialogue both with new prospects, even in today's economy, new prospects, your current clients and even your past former clients, because you need to be reaching out to them as well. So as we mentioned, this is an opportunity to thrive. It may feel new, it may feel uncertain, there may be a lot of challenges that you face from a technological standpoint, but the reality is that this is an opportunity to create new revenue that will continue to come in even after this whole thing goes away. So that's what I would recommend. Today, focus on getting Eddie's document done. Wednesday, we're going to talk about communication. Friday is going to be literally all about lead generation and the how to promote and go to market with this.
Let me give a different angle of that. Today is the product. We're giving you guys a product to sell remotely. Wednesday is the implementation of that product, right? Making sure people use it and continue to pay you through these times. That's really what these first two webinars, today is all about giving you that product that you could offer to your people. And again, Wednesday, we're making sure that they're following it so that there's a ton of value being demonstrated by you guys. And these are the two most imperative steps that you could possibly pursue during these times. So
yeah, and then Friday, we're just, we're really getting into where do you go from here? You put in the work all week, you understand what you have a product to sell. You understand how to offer that product on Wednesday, and then Friday, where's next? Where do you go from here? And really over the next 2 to 4 weeks, as we determine how long this will last, it's you might have the time to build an entire business online. And that's what I encourage, guys. Like if you're home right now and you're like, oh, I'm not really sure what to do with my free time, hunker down, get on your computer, use your phone, and get to work. This is such a great time to be forced to become to help people online.
So Sunny asked a great question, said that they're new to online training and wondering about working out kind of one-on-one FaceTime or through Zoom. Yep. Is that a thing? Is that what people do?
100%. And actually, yeah, absolutely, Sunny. FaceTime, if you know they have an iPhone, or video chat, meet.google.com is a free one. Zoom is a free one. Skype is a free one. Absolutely. Online training does include video calls, and you guys would be so surprised how efficient and effective you can be through a video call. You're missing one thing, and that's only the kinesthetic cues of touch to maybe activate a client's upper or lower traps or something. That's all you're missing, but you can do everything else. Just like I'm here talking to these guys, I can take them through a full workout, make them do some jumping jacks right now. But also on top of that, guys, we have a full webinar that goes over the 6 different ways that you can deliver services through the internet. And one of them includes basically live one-on-one video training sessions. So that's, once again, that's at fitnessmentors.com/COPT webinar, or COPT webinar. If you go on our online personal trainer page, you can actually register for that webinar easily too.
Got it. And Kevin asked specifically, what is the website? Says you can just type it in. So Kevin, I don't know if you're asking about that one or the www.offdaytrainer.com /GetODT. So offdaytrainer.com /GetODT. Those are the 2 sites that we're promoting today. Then there was the Insure Fitness.
Yep, Michael just asked about Insure Fitness.
Yep. So insurefitness.com is the other one. Those are great guys over there.
Yeah, and actually,
Ann wants to know, can we charge for this? I think we've pretty much addressed that.
Absolutely, guys.
Absolutely.
The whole point of this is to give you
revenue.
something that you can go. This is boom right here, and it's completely. You guys can use every element as you want, change it as much as you want. This is for you, a full gift from me and the guys here to really deliver this. So.
Got it. So we covered that. We covered that. Charge for that. Technology. Joe wants to know what technology is necessary. What do I need to invest in to do this?
So yeah, I mean, you guys probably know just as well as me. You can be as minimal as possible and run an entire program through text message, which I've done, and you can be as technologically savvy and expansive as you want. Everything from, and it all depends on your skill level. You need to start somewhere with the technology that you currently understand and know how to use. And then you just expand from there. And I've seen trainers go all the way from, really having a simple one piece of email product like this, all the way to offering 10 to 15 different types of training that includes, live webinars like this, live group training, all the way through utilizing softwares and pieces of technology that help them capture leads. And there's so many different pieces of technology, but yeah.
Let me chime in on that real quick. It doesn't have to be complex. There's tons of technology you can invest in to create systems and scalability in your business. There's an endless number of them. But if you're somebody who you don't feel is very tech savvy, and that's something that has been prevented you from doing the online thing for a long time, like I see a couple of you are talking about, like Eddie mentioned, it could be done via text. And I'm saying this because that's who I am. That's why Off Day Trainer is born, because I wasn't that tech savvy fit pro. I was somebody who ran a studio, and I was texting my clients like crazy. I wasn't checking my email because they weren't checking their email, right? So I was texting like crazy. I just did a case study last month with 41 people. I offered them a $25 online program where I was just sending them a daily text message, and they all paid me $25 a month, or $25 for the program. It's a 30-day challenge. And guess what? If I wanted to sell my training service that I was still training full time, I'd be able to convert half those people into online training at a premium rate. Because during that challenge, at a low barrier offer of just $25, I got 41 people that I learned to connect with. I learned about their goals and their biggest pain points and why their goals are so damn important to them. I learned that people were tired of being called the fat guy or Shrek or whatever it is. I learned that women ordered their dress sizes, 3 sizes too small, and they were freaking out because they didn't think they were going to fit into it, right? And all of these things that everyone listening is experiencing on a daily basis. So all you really have to do is put those things in front of them, and you could, it doesn't have to be complex. Mm-hmm. Text them, remind them of their goal and why it's so important. And you could influence their behavior. If you do that, I promise you, I've been doing it for 15 years. I promise you, you can get them to eat better if you text them the right way. You can get them to move more if you text them the right way. And you can get them to continue to pay you through these difficult times if you continue to provide enough value that they see a significant ROI. Right? It's as simple as that. And you need to be doing it with every client you're working with. You need to be doing it with everybody you've ever worked with. If you really want to thrive through these times, all of your former clients, you need to be reaching out to them and checking up on them right now. And every lead through your social media platforms or your marketing campaigns, you need to demonstrate how you can help them with things as simple as text messaging and online training. I guarantee you'll thrive through this process.
Yeah, the technology does not need to be much. I mean, you've already got it, actually. You already have a phone. Mm-hmm. And that's literally everything we're talking about you can do from a phone.
I was going to say that you can run an entire online training business only through your phone, and you don't even need that many special apps or any special apps. Right. Your text messaging and maybe your camera.
Right, exactly. Anne asked about re-signing a liability form for online training versus in person. I don't want to give legal advice and also I don't know what your liability form says. Mm-hmm. You might want to review it and make sure that it covers those basics. But that's something that digitally it's not hard to deliver a form that they read and agree and digitally sign and get back to you. I'll include that. Some tips on how to do that in our follow-up documents this week as well.
Awesome. And I think, We Get It Fit. I don't think I have a name there, but just to be clear, I hope this isn't repetitive, but how do I get started using this right now? So we're gonna be giving you the editable PowerPoint right after this call via email, and basically you're gonna open that document and you're gonna start filling it in for we'll say a normal template that all your clients can use, or you can individually deliver client programs immediately after this via that editable document. So look for that email.
Yep, and Roseanne says she can't be with us on Wednesday. I'm sorry to hear that, Roseanne, but we will be sending out the recordings after each one of these sessions. So probably within a couple of hours, this recording will be rendered and available. So I'll send the link out to everyone in the follow-up email as well. I've got a bunch of links to send you guys. So that'll happen. And then Amy asked a question for Dave. What's an example of texting them the right way?
Again, it's what I really just talked about. So the key components of this are what's the content that you're sending them, right? What is their goal? Why is their goal important? And then the other variable is, when are you sending that message, right? So we as coaches, we identify, clients who need that text first thing in the morning because they want to get a sweat on before the kids wake up, right?
So personalization is the right way.
Right, exactly. The content, you don't want to just send a generic text to the masses and hope it influences their behavior and gets them working out, gets them eating right. You have to identify their specific challenges and their specific goals and send that message at their preferred time. So the clients who want that text at 6 a.m., you got to find a way to text them. And if let's say I got my alarm set for 6 a.m. and I constantly hit snooze on my alarm and sleep through it, and then I don't have time to work out, right? A perfect text message would be, David, at 5:55, David, don't you dare touch that snooze button. You have goals to achieve, right? Get your butt up and hit this workout, and then put a link to the YouTube video that you uploaded for all of your clients to do that day. 20 squats, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, high knees for 20 seconds, and repeat that for the next 10 minutes. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, right? You're the creator of the content. But putting their goal top of mind, why their goal is important, top of mind, and sending it at the opportune time is the perfect way to communicate with your clients. Now, you have those people who want that in the morning. You have the people who need it, a text message at 10 o'clock at night, reminding them not to give in to their cravings, right? They got all this food because they think they're not going to be able to leave their house for months, and maybe they're not. So you don't want them eating themselves out of the kitchen the first 2 nights, and they will, right? If you don't text them. So you text them, don't you dare give in to those late night cravings. I know you're watching Netflix and chilling and doing what it is you do. Don't you dare go hit the ice cream or the bottle of wine or whatever it is. You have the clients who lunch is the most problematic time of day, right? No matter what, they can't eat a healthy lunch. Text them at 11:35. Hey, Eddie, it's that time. It's decision-making time. And these decisions are going to make or break you. I want you to eat salad. You could throw some chicken on it if you're really hungry. And I actually want you to text back what you ate for lunch when you're done eating it.
That's exactly what I was going to touch on.
And then have that accountability.
The dialogue. Tell them to respond back with what they're doing. What did you do for lunch today? What are you thinking of? Did you do your workouts? Get them to have that dialogue with you, because that's where the value really comes in. It's not about just sending, as he mentioned, a single generic message at noon to everybody. The right message is the one that's tailored to me.
I love that.
That's speaking to my unique goals. That's specific to my challenges. And if you can do that consistently, and you can do that without overwhelming yourself and them, then you found a success plan. I mean, that is how you're going to get through the next 30, 60 days. We don't even know, but you need to communicate. You need to make it valuable. The last thing they want to get from you is generic content that feels like it's just made for everybody. Mm-hmm. You need to personalize and tailor it to each individual. I'm going to shamelessly plug that's exactly what ODT does. If you go to offdaytrainer.com/get ODT, you can learn more about it. I'm not asking you to pay for it. You don't have to buy it today. I'm just saying, go and learn about it. It's amazing what the software can do for your business. And if you have questions, if you want to learn about how to implement these tools, reach out to us. We will literally walk you through it.
Love it. And just to move, Tina actually asked about the how to accept payment more or less. She asked Venmo or PayPal. Yes, guys, it's super simple. There's so many payment apps. Get a PayPal account if you don't have one. A Venmo account. Venmo and PayPal are actually owned by the same company. Create the account, and you'll get a tag, and people just can send you money that way. You can also send an invoice to them for payments. Also, I've done everything from direct bank transfers in the sense of just through your mobile banking app, as well as Stripe. You could even, if you wanted to, well, I guess in online training doesn't matter. I was going to say the card reader, but that's a little bit too old school there. But
I'd encourage you just to stick with one platform two that really cover all the basics. So Venmo and PayPal are like universal for the most part.
Exactly.
You really can get a payment from everybody using one of those two platforms. PayPal, once you create an account with them and accept payments, you can actually customize your link. So you can generate a unique page just to accept payments. And you name it something like I think it's pay.me / whatever you
your
choose.
name. Yeah.
So it's like pay.me / Geoff. And then when I send out my text message and say, hey, here's the program, click here to pay, they click the link, they put in the dollar amount and their credit card, and they hit done, and it comes to you
right away. Very simple. And so smartphones are just make that so simple nowadays. So love that.
Yep, exactly. Questions are slowing down. Comment from Michael. Just want to share this before we wrap things up. Michael says, thank you guys so much. I'm just starting out my personal training. I work for 2 different companies currently and working with 2 private clients. Good for you. I feel like you guys are setting us up for success, and that you are here to help us that are just starting out. Well, I'm so glad that was communicated on this webinar. That's why we created it.
Absolutely.
The 3 of us put our heads together last week and literally said, what can we do? We have people reaching out to us in a panic, and they should be. So what can we do? Like I said, we didn't get into what hand sanitizer to use at the gym. We didn't talk about self-distancing policies or anything of that nature, because we don't know anything about that. What we know about is how to leverage text messaging to drive results for your clients and to get value. What we know about is online training and how to make money using these online platforms. What we hope to do over the course of this week is empower you to do those things. If it's right for you, then come back on Wednesday, come back on Friday. The recordings will be provided to everyone, but I really encourage you to show up and participate in this dialogue, ask questions, be a part of it, because this is your business, guys. This may make or break you.
And to be honest, even going deeper, this is for your families. This is for, your future. And I just feel like that's something that we all in this time is so important to always look back on look at is everything that you do as far as your success in this time, will help you, will help your family, and will set you up for success in the future. So you use the time now to really focus and grow your skill sets, take risks. I mean, this is, everybody used to think like, oh, this is a risk to go online, or I'm going to waste my time, whatever. Well, you're forced to now. Take that as a message and let's do it. Like,
you're exactly right. And I would encourage you, have fun. I know this is a stressful time. I know that this sucks for everybody. No one likes to learn something new or be forced to learn things new. But I'm telling you, this is actually really fun. And this is a neat side of the business to get into, where you're creating content in these programs and communicating with people, sometimes across the country, sometimes across the world. It's kind of neat. And, we have all budgeted. I've blocked out time this entire week just for this. So don't hesitate to reach out to either one of them. They know how to get in touch with me. Otherwise, I'll plan on seeing you guys all on Wednesday.
Yeah. And Sonny, I saw that video that you just sent there. It's basically a personal trainer got up on the roof of a building in Spain, and everyone's working out on the other building, and he's on the roof leading a group exercise class. And that's social distancing at its prime right there. So
that's awesome. Love it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up right here. Thank you all for participating. Bulk majority of everyone hung on for the entire time, so we knew it was valuable. Thank you so much for being here. We went about 40 minutes longer than expected, so that's, but we said we would. If you wanted us to, we would, and it appears many of you did. So thank you so much for your comments and questions and participation. Yeah. Look forward to an email from Dave and I with all of the things that we've covered today.
Awesome. I'll also send a text message with some additional links about what we talked about, and even an email with that template and the PowerPoint included. So
yep, exactly. And if you weren't able to participate in the text program, I've got your email. If you registered with us, I'm going to be sending these follow-up emails to the email address that you registered with. And so look there for it, and that's how we'll get in touch with you. So thank you guys very much.
Thanks guys. See you Wednesday.
As always, thanks for listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast. You can learn more about fitness mentors at fitnessmentors.com. Be sure to share this podcast on social media. And remember, we are here to help you succeed.